the postseason since early 2000s. 2006, I think, was the last time with the Romo fumble.
2000.
No, 2007. The one after with the Giants.
Oh yeah, 2009.
2009, really?
Was the last time they made the playoffs.
5 years for the Cowboys. For the Lions, it's been longer than that.
It's actually they made the Lions made the playoffs back in 2011.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they did. So these two teams
Have they made an impact? Either one of them? No.
That Lions game was basically a throwaway.
Yeah.
But these two. So Dallas is gonna be playing. I think they have the 1 p.m. slot. It's gonna be 1 p.m. in Dallas when this game's being played. Packed full. You can bet every single Cowboys fan possible is going to be in that stadium.
Yeah.
And this time, it's not going to be like when the 49ers play there. It's not going to be like the Texans when the Texans played there, where the other team's fans are outnumbering the Cowboy fans. They're going to have that. It's going to be silver and blue all over the place. They're going to come out ready. Romo is going to play his heart out. That defense is going to not let anything slip. Of course, Megatron's going to get by them a few times, and Tate, but Reggie Bush might get a few yards, but not more than DeMarco Murray. That game's going to be a battle, but obviously the Cowboys are at home. They need the win, 27-17.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys' time of possession, and they'll control the clock and they'll control the ball. I'm going to go Cowboys 24, Lions 17, because this Lions team, I feel like they'll have a few turnovers in this game with this very opportunistic Cowboys defense, and I can't see the Cowboys losing after all of this momentum, being 8-0 on the road, playing this well with Romo. They're not just going to win this game, but they're going to be competitive in the next round, too.
And we'll definitely talk about that in a moment. Robert, your thoughts? Cowboys, Lions, and Dallas.
So what I predicted for this game is 35-21. Dallas Cowboys. And you know why? I think the one thing I like about Detroit in this game is their D-line. It's one of the best in the NFL, guys. But
they're playing without Sue, though.
But yeah, he got suspended for the game for stepping on Aaron Rodgers' ankle. Jeez, what's up with players?
He's been fined 7 times over the last 4 years.
And it hasn't been kicked out of the league yet. What a surprise. But going back to this game, I have to say, I think Stafford's going to make a mistake or two. I think he's going to maybe fumble it, or he's trying to interception and fumble it, or he throws 2 interceptions in this game. And Dallas just keeps on doing all the right things at the right time. I think all Dallas has to do is, if you're up 14-0, give it to DeMarco Murray. Yeah. That's all you got to do. And DeMarco Murray, he had the surgery, but he came back in the last game of the season and played his heart out. I mean, he really wants this team to win, period. And I'm loving DeMarco Murray this season. Did he prove he's one of the best running backs in this league? Yes, and he always kind of has been. He's been under the radar, but not this year. He's been the guy that everyone wants to watch. Period.
I think this may be a dominant Cowboys win. I have it 38-17 in favor of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, final game and potentially the most entertaining, Colts-Bengals, in a game that will be in Cincinnati. And my personal opinion is, even though in Indianapolis, even though those Colts won the division, I don't think that they're much more than a team that can contest for a potential divisional round spot. I very easily can see the Colts being one and done. Your thoughts?
So this game's a little bit of an early game. Andy Dalton's going to wake up in Indianapolis on Sunday morning, and his coach is like, wake up, it's time to go. It's like, I thought the game was at 1. No, it's 10 a.m.
Geno Smith didn't know the teaming.
This game starts at 10 a.m. in the morning. Most of us in California are just waking up from our Saturday hangovers at this point.
Mm-hmm.
These guys have to come out and be ready to play. No partying, no staying until 12 o'clock. You're going to bed at 9 o'clock the night before. You're in third grade again, basically. You're in third grade. Basically, you're in third grade. But this is going to be a great game. Both of these teams have not had much luck in the playoffs, but luckily, the Colts have a quarterback named Luck. And, Luck's on their side. They win 28-27. The Bengals play their heart out, but sorry, guys, 4 years is maybe not long enough for your guys' losing streak.
Yeah, Cincinnati's lost so often. I don't even think they know how to win a playoff game. Cameron, your thoughts? Colts, Bengals. I think the game being in Indianapolis may indeed help the football team.
Yeah, it's going to really help Indy. And the Bengals, in those key situations, they turn the ball over, 3 and out. They're going to keep it close. I'm going to go Colts 35, Bengals 28. I can't see Dalton, in a shootout outperforming Andrew Luck. I mean, touchdown for touchdown, I think Luck's going to get the game winner in a dramatic fashion 2-minute drill style, 35-28 Colts.
All right, here's a scenario. The Bengals, this is a team that's gone 0-3. We always talk about it. Every year it's a team that can't seem to finish. I think it's always going to be that case, especially with the Bengals. I never see them as a team. They look lost in the playoffs. They look like they're in a different planet, and they're not like they're playing out there. But my score for this game, it's going to be close because, I think the Bengals are going to make a run. It's going to be 28-27 Indianapolis Colts, and the Colts, I think this is a team that struggles a little bit in the playoffs, but remember last year when Andrew Luck made the second round, he threw like 3 or 4 picks, but he lost Reggie Wayne. Losing Reggie Wayne was huge, but the Bengals did lose. Nick, you would know this better than me. How much did the Bengals lose by the Chargers last year?
27, I think 10. It wasn't even all that close.
Yeah, that's something that concerns me too. It's that they lost to the Chargers, and the Chargers squeaked in. Yeah,
they're at home.
The Chargers just squeaked into the playoffs, and they got the win. And a lot of people said the Chargers weren't going to get the win. Even Mr. Nick Rice said they weren't going to get the win, and they did. And I believe the Chargers did because I just didn't believe the Bengals were going to do it. So I think the Bengals are going to lose a close one, but I think it's going to keep an eye out for next year. Does Marvin Lewis get fired after this playoff loss? Or they might get the potential win. You never know. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah, I know. It'll shock the whole world, but I think I'm going to take Cincinnati in this game. You guys have been talking all afternoon about the Bengals and their inopportune mistakes. Bengals win, and really, I think it's going to be a shocker to the world. Final score, 31-30, and Andy Dalton gets it done.
The last time the Bengals won a playoff game, it was against a little team called the Tennessee Oilers.
Wow.
That was back in the Houston Oilers, my mistake, but the Houston Oilers back in 1990.
It's been 24 years.
24
since
years.
they've won a playoff game. We're not telling you to win a Super Bowl, just round one of the playoffs. I think there's a team that they will face in the next round of the playoffs, them being the Denver Broncos. That may be just a fork in the road, if you will. So of the 2 teams that are having a bye in the wild card round, I think we all can agree, and we'll start with Jason. If there is a top dog that can get knocked off, and we all talked about the Steelers potentially being the team to kind of knock them off, those Denver Broncos, despite being a number 2 seed, they have limped their way into the postseason.
That's very true. Peyton Manning has not really proven to be the quarterback he once was. He's kind of settled down. His weaknesses have been exposed. He's not looking like Superman anymore. He's looking like Clark Kent now. So I mean, he's getting older, and it's not appealing to a lot of viewers. But there is one quarterback who has stayed the course and is still shown that he has no kryptonite. Very much so. Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You give him random guys off the street. You give him me, Cameron, and Robert, and he produces a 41-point win probably. He just knows how to throw the football, knows how to get to the guys. All you have to do, have your hands in front of your face, and make sure that ball doesn't get dropped. That's all Brady needs from you.
You know what's amazing? So Carolina, many people talk about it, has potentially one of the worst receiving cores in the NFL this year. They literally got rid of their entire receiving core.
And a franchise player, Steve Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's leading the team, and he's, a million years old?
Yeah.
So they let go, Carolina does, Brandon LaFell, and now he's the number 1 receiver for the New England Patriots, and he is dumped from the Carolina Panthers. How amazing. Another thing, their other starting man, actually 2, Kenbrell Tompkins, he has more drug and violation charges than touchdown catches, and 2, Julian Edelman was a quarterback in high school. And they are the top 3 receivers for the New England Patriots. Of course, there's a man called Rob Gronkowski, I-catch touchdown, that has been somewhat dominant for them. So we move on to a phenomenal game called the Super Bowl, and we have all of our predictions. We'll start with you, Jason Garoline. Your thoughts about who will make the big game and who is going to come up huge February, I believe, 3rd.
Yes.
Now, I may be mistaken, for Super Bowl 49.
I think it's 1st.
February 1st.
Let's just talk about it real quick. So the Packers get there after defeating the Seattle Seahawks and the Legion of Boom and the 12th man. The Packers power their way into Seattle, and they rip the Emerald City to the ground. They burn it to the ground. The Cheeseheads beat the 12th man.
Yeah.
The Patriots go. I think they go into. They play at home against the Broncos. I think
Yeah, they're at home.
And Peyton Manning just implodes.
Yes.
3 picks in the first half, adds 2 in for just assurance. He has the worst playoff game of his career.
Wow.
But, I mean, either way, whether he has a good game or a bad game, I think he doesn't do as well. Brady puts a final nail in the coffin to say, goodbye, Peyton, and pushes him into his grave to prove that Brady will always be better.
Yes.
No offense to you, Peyton, man. You're a great quarterback, but Tom Brady shows his dominance, and how we're in the Super Bowl. Packers, Patriots, P. So, what...
Yeah, this hasn't gone weird at all.
Tom Brady, angry at the last 2 times he's in the Super Bowl. A little team called the New York Giants knocked him out. So now it's time for his revenge. It's time for his revenge in the NFC. And you know what? He gets it. 290 yards, 3 touchdowns, 34-27 in favor of the New England Patriots.
And Brady's your Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, yeah.
Cameron.
MVP.
I see.
Hard to predict right now, but
Yeah.
Super Bowl favorites.
I mean, I've always gone with New England, and it's time this year because of how great the defense is and now the running game, too. New England is going to outperform Denver yet again, and everybody, I think there's a media sensation with Manning and the Broncos. You know, it's fashionable to like Julius and Demaryius Thomas and all these guys. But I think New England, the cold weather and everything's going to put that to a halt. And you look at Seattle, they're rolling. I think Green Bay, yes, they're a great team. But can Rodgers really outperform the secondary? No. I'm going to go New England versus Seattle for all the marbles in the desert. Give me Tom Brady as the Super Bowl MVP. He's going to lead this show, and he's going to put up 250 yards and 2 touchdowns and no turnovers. And New England is going to barely get by in impressive fashion. New England, it's time. It's time for the Super Bowl to come to Foxborough.
23-20, your final score. Robert, you're excited.
Oh,
Super
here
Bowl
we go.
49. And I believe next year's game is going to be at San Francisco, right?
Ooh,
Super Bowl
yes,
50?
it will
For
be.
2016, I thought they're having it in San
I think it's
Fran.
2016.
Yeah, 2016.
Well,
Wonder
it's going
what-
to be somewhere at Levi Stadium sometime soon.
Next year's MetLife.
Oh, gee.
God.
Wait, hold on.
I think- where's MetLife?
No, hold on.
New Jersey.
Hold
No,
on.
no,
my
okay,
brain's
all right,
breaking.
got
My
that
brain's-
mixed up.
No, my brain's breaking. You're right. Next season, it's at San Fran.
San Francisco.
Santa
Yeah.
Clara, yeah.
All right, we're going to
Clara.
confirm that.
All right, so my Super Bowl prediction obviously includes the New England Patriots and the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys. Oh.
The Dallas Cowboys have proved themselves this season.
They're supposed to go 4-12.
I said
They
were
were
gonna go
supposed to.
16.
Gosh.
I really said that.
Everyone thought this team was going to be garbage, Phil.
Yes.
And guess what? They won every game on the road, and it's, they're going to be their first game at home, and I think they're going to get it done. And I think they can win the playoffs on the road against Seattle. I think they can do it. They've done it before in the regular
they did do
season.
it before.
Why not do it again? And guess what? They're gonna come close, but they're gonna be a day late and $1 short against the New England Patriots. Gronkowski is my Super Bowl MVP. He stayed healthy all season long. He only missed last game because they wanted to give them rest, which makes sense. So Gronk gets 150 yards total receiving, somewhere around there, and 2 touchdowns. Catches the game-winning touchdown to make it 35-27. Patriots going home, and guess what? I'm going to make this right now. If the Patriots win the Super Bowl, I will put it on Instagram. I will buy a Tom Brady jersey.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I like this. I like
Yes.
this.
Hey, okay, tough act to follow. I have the Seattle Seahawks in, and of course the team out of the AFC we all 4 agree is the New England Patriots. I mean, shoot, they just made the offseason moves. Bill Belichick, a genius. Boy, he's certainly a man who could be in the Hall of Fame, first ballot, of course, led by a man by the name of Tom Brady. But I'm going to go a different route, and this would be extremely fascinating. Back-to-back wins by Seattle in the Super Bowl, and back-to-back defensive players being MVP. I have Cam Chancellor, 12 tackles, an interception, a forced fumble, havoc in the defensive secondary. They win 17-16.
Oh.
Could you imagine watching that Super Bowl?
That would I would be holding my breath every play.
Yeah, basically. I think it's a dream